Hi again. What just... Okay, that is not what I intended to do when I shift there. Okay, hi again. Welcome back to another Origins video where I accidentally show off an ability before I even know what the hell that ability was even going to be. Here I've got the SCP-106 Origin, aka the Old Man, created by the Discord user known as Sandwich Slayer. Now, with the shenanigans out of the way, let's actually get into the video. SCP-106, the Old Man, is a high-impact origin. It possesses an extraordinary ability to pass through solid matter, phasing through walls, floors, and ceilings with apparent ease. It is able to teleport as well, making him able to travel between places very swiftly. Phasing. Thanks to your corrosive abilities, you have the ability to pass through solid materials. Man, if it wasn't for before, I would know that. But hey, what is this block? This block don't exist. Let's just shift down and climb back up by jumping. Bedrock. That is crying obsidian. You can go through that, apparently. What about bedrock? You can go through bedrock, apparently. Yeah, that's not powerful at all. So when you're shifting down, be very careful you don't fall through the bottom layer of bedrock and fall out of the world. It's a possibility, because this origin phases through literally anything. Secure, contain, protect. You have certain difficulties when passing through blocks made of metals, and because of this, you pass through these blocks much more slowly. Iron and netherite blocks slow you down. They just slow you down, so that's all. You just get slowed. And I guess we'll get some netherite block, though. Who would actually have netherite blocks? That just seems unnecessary overkill, but hey. Iron blocks are definitely possible. So if we go through it. Okay, when we're going through it, we get an active slowness 5 debuff. Wow. Okay, so in theory, if it's a 1 block thick wall, you can pass through it right before you get the slowness, especially if you get a run up into it. Right here, I'll just pass through the netherite, and I did not get the slowness debuff. I assume that it does not matter when you're going down. It literally does not matter when you're going up or down through the material. You'll still go down and up at the same speed as before, because slowness only affects your horizontal movement, not vertical. Warp. You can appear behind the back of the nearest player. Activate ability using G. Are you telling me I'm going to have to get out of... fine. So now, with the other player inside of this game, I need to actually select an origin for it. If I press G... What the fuck? That was creepy as all hell. What you use the ability, you sink into the ground, and then when you teleport over, you rise back up again, and suddenly you're behind the other player. That is, wow, that is a really, really cool ability. That will definitely freak some people out wow. Excellent hunter, you can locate various entities at a short distance. I mean, we can see it, proof of concept. I can see that zombie there. This skeleton's glowing. If I just go into the ground, he is still very much visible. So is that zombie. So is that skeleton. That cow, though. Oh, yep, I can see that cow. I can see that squid. I can see the other squids, too, but they're not glowing yet, because I'm assuming they're just slightly too far away. But yeah, there's not much more to explain. Mobs that are within, by the looks of it, probably about 50-ish blocks, maybe less than that, will glow. And you can see them regardless of where you are to them. As long as they're close enough, they'll just glow for you. Dead organisms. Since you are not a living being in the usual sense, you're affected by some of the effects of potions, both positive and negative. And you can also only eat raw meat, rotten flesh, and spider eyes. So for self-explanatory, if you don't understand with Minecraft, skeletons and zombies will heal from instant damage-based effects and will take damage from instant health-based effects. Those rules will apply to you. It also means regeneration does not function for you. And then if I remember correctly, it also is the same with poison? Fine, I'll just use commands then, game. Poison, infinite. Unable to apply this effect, target is either immune to effects or has something stronger. Yeah, as I thought. And then also the additional thing, you can only eat spider eyes, raw meat, and rotten flesh. Though there's a little bit of a weird bug that makes it so that it says everything is unusable. Don't worry too much about it. Just acknowledge what the actual origin says and ignore the rest of it. As you can see, these blocks I placed throughout this video so far are all, quote, unusable, but they've placed perfectly fine, so don't worry about it too much. Fear. Being essentially a living corpse, your bad appearance scares the villagers, which make them even afraid to talk to you. The iron golems also see you as a threat and therefore will attack at sight. Approaching any living being, they'll begin to fear you even more, which will give them the effect of darkness. You know, something tells me I should have took a look at this a moment ago. We're not going to worry too much about the darkness effect on players. If I'm completely honest, I don't want to go through the effort of getting my other account back on here. I mean... Okay, if you right-click a villager, not only will they not shake their heads when they don't have a job, they will just ignore you aside from saying, "What the hell are you?" That's funky. And of course, if we go say hi to the local iron golem, he's going to say go back to where you came from. Bye, buddy. Sadism. Hurting others brings you joy, and that's why you always know which points you need to hit to cause more pain. You do more damage with your hands. Each of your blows imposes a slowness and a wither effect for a while. Well, that is brutal. Okay, let's just, one... Oh, that's, that is quite a long effect. And then, of course, we go again. I'm assuming this effect does not go through swords. It does. Though it looks like you're always using a weak attack, you don't get a proper attack with a sword. I guess the same would probably be with the axe. Yep, the axe is... I can barely hit with an axe. You can't right-click to use a trident. I'm assuming this is all going to be explained in a moment, but, you know, we're preempting. Yep, you can't use a shield, crossbow, and a bow. You can't use a crossbow or a bow. They don't function. Tenacious, I'm assuming. I cannot English. Tenacious. Despite the fact that you look like a walking corpse, your sturdy body allows you to withstand a large amount of damage, which makes destroying you very problematic. I mean, if we go back to survival mode here, you've got not one, not two, but 3 rows of hearts. That's 30 hearts, or aka 60 points of health. That's nuts. And on top of that, you've also got resistance 4 and strength 2. I'm assuming strength 2 is just the attack buff earlier. But you have indefinite resistant 4. So not only do you have 3 rows of health bars, you have resistance 4. Heck, let's just get another Iron Golem here and you can see how nuts that is. Look at that. Mr. Iron Golem here. He takes 2, 3, like 1 to 1.5 hearts at a time per hit. I'm not wearing armor. I'm not doing anything else. I've just got a huge health pool and then a lot of resistance. That is bonkers. Rotten bones. Your exhausted body is consistently in a late stage of decomposition. Because of this, you are not able to move and run, move quickly and run in general. You also have a pretty low attack speed. I mean, if you look here, you can see how slow that cooldown is. How long it takes. Like what? 1, 2, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. About 2 seconds between each hit. That is quite bad, quite horrible, quite terrible. And for some reason, the zombies want to say hi. Hi, buddies. You're about to get absolutely annihilated. And of course, we've seen the slow movement, the entire thing. Like what? If I just, as you can see, like you're slow walking. You can sprint jump around when you're phasing through blocks. That is a thing, and you can get a fair bit of momentum out of that. Like, you still have regular jumping, like regular air movement. You just walk a lot slower. So basically, whenever you're riding around, you're just going to be holding the space bar so you can move at a reasonable speed. Sensitive eyes. When you're near any light source, you feel discomfort. Because of this, you get the effect weakness and slowness. So if I shoot, place down this light. As you can see, I've now got weakness 2 and slowness 2. Shut up, spider. I don't care if you got the wither effect. Shoo. And if we pop it, as you can see, it's gone. But you see, this goes to another level. If we flip the time today, as you can see, you not only get slowness 2, you also get weakness 3 now instead of 2, and blindness 3, which means that you can't see more than 2 blocks in front of you. If you go to third-person view, you can barely see yourself. But don't worry, you go underground, and suddenly your problems are solved. The moment you stick your head out, though, is when you have problems. No? You have to be all the way out to have problems. That's cool. Useless crap. Due to the unnatural properties of your body and the corrosive effects, you are physically unable to wear any armor. So on top of the fact that you can't use any weapons whatsoever, because either they've got pretty much non-existent attack speed, like you can't do full-scale attacks or crits with them, you also can't use armor at all for yourself, which is pretty bad. At least it would be if you didn't have the resistance 4, which is quite nuts. But additional things, you've also, your skin color is got a heavy dark tint to it, a black over the top of your usual skin color. And as you can see, there's also additional effects that makes it look like you're slithering around on the ground, which is pretty cool. So, what are your thoughts on this origin? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and click this video on screen now for more origin content. But until next time, guys, bye-bye!